Workspaces helps you quickly and easily switch between the different organizations that you are part of. So for example, up here in the top left corner, you'll see a drop down, and here's where you will see all of the workspaces that you are part of. Below at the bottom here, you'll see all of the workspaces that you're a learner in. And so if you're a learner in a workspace, that means that you simply can see programs that have been shared with you, and you can go through them as a learner. Then in the middle here, you'll see creator workspaces. These are all the workspaces that you have access to as an admin or a creator. And so within these workspaces, you'll notice you can be part of multiple workspaces, and each one gives you different permissions depending. So here I have my free tier workspace, which is my own personal account, but I'm also part of my company account because they've invited me to be an admin. And so this one here is a paid plan, whereas this one's free. So if I'm creating something within the paid workspace for my company, I'll have access to different features when I'm creating my programs than I would if I am under the free tier. So where you create your programs is going to be important for what permissions you would like. It also determines who you can distribute to, letting you create new groups. That's also going to be dependent on the permissions that have been given you within that workspace. And then lastly, we have the Sandbox Workspace. So the Sandbox Workspace is kind of the catch-all for all of the programs that you have either created or been invited to co-create. So here you'll find anything that you've made, again, or been invited to co-create is here. And so if you're not sure where they are, you can always find them here in Sandbox. And when you click on the program, you'll notice when you go to share or publish that program, you'll see all of the workspaces you're part of and all of the groups that you have access to regardless of workspace. So from the Sandbox, you can distribute a program to any group that exists, versus if I look at that program from within a workspace, you will only see the workspace that you're in. So this can help you just kind of stay organized. But again, if you want access to everything, go to Sandbox. One important thing to note is that if you want to create a new group, you can only do this from within a workspace where you have permission to create groups. You can't create new groups from Sandbox because the new groups have to be linked to the workspace. So if the groups exist, you can distribute to them, but you can't create new ones. Similarly, you can't create a new program from the Sandbox community. So you'll notice it won't let me create a new one because, again, you have to be within the workspace so that it can determine what features you have access to. So you can only access programs that you've already created in Sandbox. Lastly, if you would like to find a program and you're unsure what workspace it is in, you can always search it here in the top, or you can go to Programs and turn this on, view all programs regardless of workspace, and you'll see all the programs in all of your workspaces. Same thing for groups. You can view all the groups in all of your workspaces here. For the dashboard, you will only see the dashboard if you're in a workspace where you have access to the dashboard. So you'll notice if I'm a learner here, I won't see the dashboard. So if you want to access the dashboard, you have to be in a workspace with access to the dashboard, and when you click on it, it will open this screen and it will take you directly to the workspace that you were in when you clicked on it. If you want to switch, you can always click on this here and you'll see all of your workspaces or organizations, and you can switch here as well. One last thing just to close here, under settings, under customization, here's where you can add your personal logo, and this will show up in that circle to help give your workspace more personalization on the workspace. So right here, your logo will show up here, which will also help kind of give a personalized feeling to your workspace.